Becoming a new mom can be kind of scary and you might even feel like you're not ready. So I've created a list with 12 tips to help you prepare for baby's arrival. I'm Danielle and my goal here is to help pregnant moms and new moms have a smoother journey by sharing my tips, tricks, and experiences. So let's get right into the tips. Okay, so tip number 1 is going to be have a support person ready. So before you have the baby, make sure that you have already arranged somebody to come and help you as support, because it's going to be hard. You're going to be learning a bunch of new things. You're going to be adapting to the new lifestyle of being a mom, and it's going to be like crazy. There's going to be roller coasters of emotions, of just, it's just going to be crazy. So making sure that you have somebody to take care of the baby while you nap or to just help you throughout the day is going to help you so much. Our support person was my mom. She was here overnight sometimes when my husband went back to work. He worked like a couple days after we got home. He went back to work and I really needed the support. I was pumping, so my mom would feed her while I was pumping because I couldn't do both. Obviously she wouldn't latch correctly, so just having that in case some things don't go as planned. Like I was planning to breastfeed her and then it didn't work out, so just having somebody there as support is going to help you tons. Tip number 2 is to find a plan or just come up with a way between you and your partner to help each other, because some people say nap when baby naps and sometimes it just doesn't work that way. Or some people say, oh, you guys are going to be on and off taking shifts, you guys are never going to get to be with each other. And for us that wasn't entirely true. We would nap together, we would take care of the baby throughout the day together. In the middle of the night while I would pump, he would feed the baby. So just find a plan or find a schedule that works best for you and your partner and the baby and your support person, and go about it that way. Don't really try to let people's opinions or let people's thoughts affect the way that you schedule or plan your days. Just come to an agreement with your partner and figure out if he's going to stay up for the night feedings or if you're going to be up for the night feedings throughout the day. Like, are you going to take turns feeding, or are you going to feed throughout the first half of the day and then him feed throughout the second half of the day? There's a million plans, a million schedules that you can use, so just find which one works best for you. I'm going to try to put the baby down. Okay, tip number 3 is to put other people aside and worry about you, your baby, and your partner. So I put this one here because a lot of people might be wanting to come see you or might want you to come see them. Just forget about everything. You are in postpartum recovery. You need to worry about yourself, your partner, and your baby, and nobody else. Right now, because of COVID, hopefully nobody is too pushy with trying to come see your baby and trying to come visit you guys, because I think that's a priority, is to keep you guys safe. But just in case there are people coming to try and pressure into seeing you and the baby, then just put your foot down and know that you guys come first. Your health, your safety, and your recovery. Postpartum is not easy. You're going through a huge major recovery, so worry about that rather than worrying about other people's feelings and emotions. Tip number 4 is to remind yourself you are the perfect mom for your baby. That might sound silly, but it's gonna help if something unexpected happens. Like in my example, I wanted to breastfeed Mia and it just wasn't working out. She just couldn't latch correctly. It was just a struggle. It was really bad. It was really hard. And also the first few days of her life, she lost a little bit too much weight, and it was because of my milk supply. So just knowing that you're the perfect mom, keeping that in mind, that you are the best mom for your child, is going to help you, because a situation might arise where you may feel like you're not the best mom because of something that is completely out of your control. Like for me, Mia wouldn't latch correctly. It wasn't my fault. I mean, we tried and we tried and we did so many things. We tried so many different positions for her to try to latch, and it just didn't work out. And that's not my fault, and it's not your fault if that happens. It's not your fault if you get a C-section. It's not your fault if you're not supplying as much milk as you'd like. So just be mindful that you are the perfect mom for your child. Tip number 5 is to brush off other people's opinions and thoughts when you know what you're doing. A lot of people might think that because you're a first-time mom, you don't know what you're doing, but that can't be farther from the truth. as soon as you have the baby, even before, even while you're pregnant, you already start to develop these motherly instincts. You're going to carry that on throughout your child's whole life. So yes, if you want people's advice, go ahead and take it. Accept the tips as they come in, but you are going to receive a lot of like criticism, and it might get annoying to you, and trust me, it is annoying. But just be mindful that this happens, and it's natural for people to give you their opinions and their thoughts, especially if they have multiple kids. So just be mindful that it's gonna happen. It can be your mom, it can be your dad, it can be siblings, it could be cousins, tias, tios, it could be anybody. So whoever it is that's just getting on your nerve with those tips or opinions or thoughts when you're just trying to mother your child, just try to let it go, because it might bother you and it might annoy you. So just keep in mind that it's going to happen, and it's natural for people to just think that they have to express their thoughts or opinions on a certain matter. Tip number 6 is to rest. Don't worry about going anywhere. My best advice for this is to have a bunch of items stocked up that you regularly need to stock in the home. So for example, having toilet paper, having toothpaste, having extra formula, having extra whatever it may be. Just have extra of a bunch of things. For me, I tried to have extra for at least 2 months, and it actually went over that. So I had a couple extra packs of toilet paper, just because I didn't want to have to be having to run back and forth to the store. I have to have my husband running back and forth to the store. What else? The only things that we wouldn't stock up on is obviously like food that's gonna go bad, and milk, stuff like that. But stock up on the things that you can. And if people want you to come see them, or if people want you to come out to a family party or to a family gathering or whatever, just rest, because that's your main priority for this postpartum recovery. It's the best thing that you can do for your body after having a baby. So keep that in mind and try your best to just rest. Number 7 is to cuddle and enjoy your little tiny baby, because those times do not last forever, and I miss so much the times where I used to just put her right into my shirt and just have that skin to skin. It was like the most soothing and the most like the best stress relief there could be, is just holding your baby under your skin and just having that skin to skin together. So try, I know it's tiring having a newborn, and I know it's can be frustrating when they're not sleeping and all that, but try your best to just enjoy them while they're small and cuddle them and love on them, kiss them. Aw, she's poopy. I saw something that said not to like kiss your baby when you're putting them down to sleep, so that they don't mix that up that you're trying to play with them or something. And I kiss my baby every time that I put her into her bassinet, every time that I put her into the stroller, every time that I put her into the crib. I'm always loving and hugging on her, so don't let anybody tell you not to hug your baby, not to be holding your baby. Enjoy the times that they're tiny and small, and just love on them. Tip number 8 is to know that it's okay if nursing does not come natural to you and or your baby. So like I said earlier on in this video, I feel like not enough people talk about the difficulties of nursing, especially the first few weeks after having the baby. And I feel like that's what caught me off guard, and that's what made me feel like I wasn't a good mom. And it was just because I didn't hear anybody talking about how difficult it could be when you're learning how to nurse. So if nursing takes a little time for you, or if you just have to give up breastfeeding in all, it's okay. Remind yourself that it doesn't come natural to everybody. Some babies latch easier than others. Some babies take a lot of work, and some babies just end up not wanting to latch. So whatever happens with you and your baby, it's not your fault, and it's okay if it happens. Tip number 9 is to go for a walk outside or sit outside. Becoming a new mom is stressful. Like I said, there's going to be a roller coaster of emotions. So just having that alone time and just that time to piece yourself together and just make sure that you stay sane is very important. So whether it just be for 5 or 10 minutes, go outside, enjoy the sun. If it's cold, bundle up and just sit outside with a nice sweater and nice fuzzy blanket and just enjoy those 5 to 10 minutes of you just being alone. You can meditate, you can pray, you can read a book, listen to some music, whatever helps you feel like you're pulling yourself back together and you're staying sane is going to help you, but not only you, it's going to help the relationship between you and your partner and you and your baby. Tip number 10 is to be mindful and be aware of postpartum depression and postpartum anxiety. If you start experiencing some signs or you start noticing that you're feeling down, oh my gosh, I'm sorry, the baby's still pooping, and you feel like it's not normal, follow those instincts. Talk to somebody, talk to your healthcare provider. Make sure that you are not keeping this bottled up inside of you, and then seek help for it. Tip number 11 is to have meals already prepped and ready to go in your freezer. It's going to help you tons. You're going to be adjusting to this new way of life. You're going to have a schedule that's kind of just all over the place, and having meals already cooked, ready to go, all you have to do is warm them up, is going to help save you so much time, so much energy. A couple of times I actually even forgot that I hadn't ate, and it was already like 2 or 3 in the afternoon, and it just happens when you're a new mom. So I really recommend that you have meals in the freezer for you to just warm up and eat. Tip number 12 is to take your meds. So you might be given painkillers. You are definitely going to want some stool softeners. If you have, for example, like I had postpartum preeclampsia, if that happens, take your blood pressure meds. Just keep up with your meds. Make sure that you are taking care of yourself, because that is one of the most important things that you can do after having a baby, is making sure that you are okay. So take your meds. Try not to forget any doses. Keep them on your kitchen table right next to like a glass of water, just so that you know that you have meds that need to be taken if you start losing track of time, because it's probably going to happen. But I recommend that you stay on top of your meds, especially stool softeners. If you're not prescribed any stool softeners while you're at the hospital, just pack them before you have the baby. Make sure that they're in your home, because going number 2 after having a baby does not really feel good. So it's gonna hurt. Okay, so that concludes today's video. I hope that these tips are helpful in your postpartum recovery and your just new mom life, because it's gonna be crazy, it's gonna be hectic, but try to be mindful of all of these things, and just remember that you are doing great, you are doing the best that you can, and there's nobody better for your baby but you. If you're interested in seeing more videos like this, please consider subscribing, and don't forget to like, comment, and share this video with a pregnant mom so that they are better prepared for their baby's arrival. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you next week. Bye!